Hey, powerful minds, welcome back to your journey of self-mastery. Today, we're diving into one of the toughest yet most transformative concepts: how to make them choose you, not through begging, not through constant validation seeking, but by embodying a kind of unshakable, magnetic confidence that makes you impossible to overlook. Let's get brutally honest for a moment. Are you constantly thinking about how to make yourself more appealing, more available, more of whatever they need, hoping they'll finally realize that you're the one? Are you bending, adapting, and giving so much of yourself away that you're starting to lose who you are? Here's the truth. That approach is all wrong. Imagine you're standing in the middle of a desert, thirsty for connection, waiting for someone to hand you a drink of water. But each time you take another step toward them, they take 2 steps back. Sound familiar? When you become so consumed with needing them to choose you, that neediness and desperation drive them further away. As Epictetus once said, "Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control." To make them choose you, you must embrace this freedom. Freedom from the need for approval, freedom from dependence on their validation, and freedom to control only what's within you. Let's break it down with a story. Imagine 2 fires in a dark forest. One fire is small, smoldering, struggling to stay alight, needing constant attention to keep from burning out. The other fire, however, is roaring, crackling with intense heat and energy, lighting up the forest around it. Which fire would you be drawn to? Which one has that undeniable power that you simply can't ignore? The smaller fire represents how most people approach relationships, always looking to others to keep them burning. The larger fire symbolizes the person who's fully engaged in their own life, drawing strength and purpose from within. This powerful self-reliance makes them a force to be reckoned with, someone others can't help but notice. To reach this place, you need to understand a few things about human psychology. People value what is scarce and seek what they perceive as valuable. When you're constantly available, endlessly giving and tirelessly trying to please, you're not showing them your value. You're throwing it out like an old newspaper. The more you chase, the less they value you. It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor, said Seneca. And in relationships, it's the one who craves approval that becomes weak in the other person's eyes. It's time to let go of craving and instead start building something stronger. Here's an analogy. Think of a rare book. It's well-bound, with a unique cover and pages that are rich in history. This book doesn't sit out on a clearance shelf with a buy one, get one free sign taped to it. It's kept secure, valued for its contents, and only the truly curious and dedicated will invest time to open its pages. That rare book is you, or rather, the version of you that you're about to become. You're not just a quick read or a passing fancy. You're a mystery waiting to be discovered, a story worth the effort. Let's be clear. I'm not suggesting you play games or manipulate. This isn't about making yourself artificially scarce. This is about building real, solid independence, a kind of inner detachment that Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus saw as the true path to strength. When you cultivate a strong inner life and commit to values that are meaningful to you, you become captivating. People sense that you're not easily swayed, that you're whole on your own, and that makes them want to get close, to understand you, to earn a place in your life. When you embrace this way of being, you are no longer just another person in the room. You become a force. Your presence is no longer one of desperation, but of quiet confidence. People are drawn to the ones who don't seek validation because it shows an internal richness that's impossible to fake. Think about a mountain, solid, unmoving, an embodiment of strength. A mountain does not shift or shrink just because someone finds it too hard to climb. It stands firm, offering its beauty to those willing to appreciate it from a distance or those brave enough to climb it. This is what true self-confidence looks like. It's not about making others feel small, but about standing in your power, unmoved by those who cannot or will not appreciate it. The beauty of this dark Stoic psychology lies in its simplicity. The less you need someone to choose you, the more likely they are to feel an intense desire to be in your life. When you release the need to be validated, you not only free yourself from their judgment, but also remove the power they hold over you. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength, said Marcus Aurelius. Embracing this truth is your first step to becoming the kind of person who's so complete, so self-sufficient, that people can't help but want to be around you. As we dive into the rest of this video, we're going to look at the essential principles of dark Stoic psychology that will help you transform the way others see you. These principles aren't about tricks or games. They're about real, meaningful shifts in how you view yourself and how you move in the world. If you're ready to break free from the chains of neediness, if you're ready to stop being just an option and start being the one worth choosing, then stick with me. Today, you'll learn how to step into your power so fully that you become someone they can't ignore, someone they want to choose, not out of convenience, but out of pure admiration. All right, powerful minds, here's a moment for you to step into your strength and truly own it. Affirmations aren't just words, they're a declaration of who you are becoming. Today, we're committing to a powerful shift, one that will draw others to us, not because we seek their approval, but because we know our worth. Take a deep breath, because this affirmation isn't for anyone else. It's for you, for the unstoppable, confident version of you who doesn't chase but attracts effortlessly. Repeat after me. I am worthy of being chosen, not by bending or chasing, but by standing strong in my own power. I don't need anyone to complete me because I am whole. I am rare, valuable, and those who see my worth will come to me. Today, I choose myself. Let those words settle into your soul, and if you're ready to step fully into this truth, drop this affirmation in the comments. I am worthy of being chosen because I choose myself. Write it, claim it, make it yours. If this resonates with you, if you're ready to step into a life of power and confidence, please like this video and subscribe to our channel, Powerful Stoic Motivation. Every bit of support helps us continue creating content that's dedicated to your growth and transformation. Remember, this is just the beginning of your journey. Together, we're building a powerful community that empowers each other to live fully, boldly, and with purpose. Number 1. Play it cool. Embrace emotional detachment. Imagine this. You're standing on the edge of a vast ocean, watching the waves roll in and out, steady and calm. The ocean doesn't chase, it simply is. People come to admire it, drawn by its vastness and depth. Yet they know they can't control it. This is what it means to embrace emotional detachment, being so solid, so self-contained, that others can't help but be intrigued by the mystery and strength that you radiate. Emotional detachment doesn't mean you don't care. It means you care deeply about yourself first, and don't let anyone else's actions disturb your inner peace. As Epictetus wisely said, freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. When you master emotional detachment, you're no longer at the mercy of someone else's whims or decisions. You become a rock, unshaken by the tides of others' opinions or actions, and that strength draws people to you like a magnet. Think of it this way: there's an undeniable allure in someone who doesn't need constant attention or approval. Picture a diamond. It doesn't shine any less if no one's looking at it. In fact, the diamond's allure comes from its unchanging brilliance, regardless of whether anyone is there to appreciate it. The same goes for you. When you're emotionally detached, you shine in your own right, and people are captivated by your resilience and calm. They're intrigued because they know you don't need their validation to feel whole. You're not the person who's waiting around, desperate for attention or affirmation. Instead, you're the rare, self-sufficient individual who is content with themselves. The truth is, the more you chase after someone's approval or affection, the more you push them away. People value what they have to work for, what they can't fully own or predict. When you detach emotionally, you're giving them the space to come to you on their own terms, to realize your value without feeling pressured. This is the beauty of emotional detachment. It allows others to see you as a complete person, not someone who needs them to feel validated. Now, you might be wondering, if I pull back, won't they just forget about me? Here's where Stoic wisdom comes into play. Marcus Aurelius said, "Your key power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. Emotional detachment isn't about ignoring people or being cold. It's about controlling your reactions. It's about not letting someone else's decisions determine your self-worth or happiness. When you take this approach, you're not leaving space for them to ignore you. You're showing them that your world is complete with or without them. And ironically, that's what makes them want to be part of your world. Picture a powerful river, steady and strong. If you try to chase it, control it, or force it to change course, you'll only be met with resistance. But if you let it flow freely, you'll find that it draws you in, powerful and unyielding. This is the essence of emotional detachment. When you stop letting other people's behavior dictate your emotions, you gain a unique, magnetic quality. You're no longer the person who's desperately trying to win someone over. You become the river, confident, assured, and so powerful that others are naturally drawn toward you. Imagine the freedom that comes with this mindset. No more anxiously checking your phone for a reply. No more trying to decode their actions or wondering if you've done enough to keep their interest. Instead, you stand firm in your own worth, like a mountain that doesn't bend to the winds of someone else's fleeting attention. This is what it means to embrace emotional detachment. It's about being the steady presence in your own life, not letting anyone else control the narrative of your self-worth. Emotional detachment doesn't just make you more attractive, it gives you back your power. When you're not constantly reacting to others, you're in control of your own happiness and peace. You become someone who is secure, resilient, and effortlessly captivating. You're not out there searching for approval because you already know your value. So, if you're ready to become the person who commands attention without ever needing to chase it, let go of the need for constant validation and embrace emotional detachment. This isn't about shutting off your feelings, but about controlling them. You'll find that when you do, people will start to view you differently, drawn to your quiet strength and unwavering confidence. Affirmation: I'm in control of my emotions. Write this phrase in the comments to affirm your commitment to emotional detachment. Repeat it to yourself whenever you feel the urge to seek validation outside of yourself. If this message resonates with you, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. We've got so much more to share on how you can harness the power of Stoic principles to become the person they'll always choose. Number 2. Be the hard-to-catch fish. Don't always be available. Let's dive into a powerful truth. If you're always available, you're always taken for granted. Imagine the thrill of a rare treasure, a sparkling gemstone buried deep within the earth, or a rare pearl nestled within the depths of the ocean. These aren't items people stumble upon every day. They're sought after, pursued, and cherished because they're not easy to obtain. When you're the hard-to-catch fish, you create that same intrigue, the same allure. You become someone they have to work to understand and appreciate, rather than someone who's always just a call or text away. Think about it. If you're constantly making yourself available, responding to every message within seconds, and dropping everything to be there, you're sending a subtle message. You're not that hard to win over. And here's the catch. People value what they have to earn. When you pull back just a little, when you're not so quick to respond or adjust your schedule for them, you're creating a sense of mystery. You're showing them that your time is valuable, and you're not giving it away freely. Marcus Aurelius said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." If your thoughts are constantly wrapped around someone else, if you're always waiting for them, you're letting them take over your life. But when you shift your focus back to yourself, you show that you're dyed in your own color, strong and unique. And that's where true attraction lies. Here's a metaphor to think about. Imagine a cat. Cats have a reputation for being a bit elusive, only giving attention when they feel like it. They don't come running every time someone calls, and they're not eager to please. They're independent, self-sufficient, and that's exactly what makes people so drawn to them. Unlike dogs, who are often eager and immediate in their loyalty, cats make you work a little. And that's exactly what keeps people wanting more. Be the cat in the relationship. Be the one who doesn't bend or run at the drop of a hat. When you're less available, you're more intriguing. It's human nature to want what's just out of reach. If you're always the first to respond, always accommodating, you might be making things too easy. But when you pull back, when you leave some mystery, it plants a seed in their mind. They start to wonder about you, to think about why you're not always there, and that's powerful. That's when they begin to value the time you do spend with them. Imagine a fine restaurant in a bustling city. It's not open all day and night. It doesn't cater to everyone's whims. Instead, it has select hours, a limited reservation list, and a high standard. It doesn't beg for attention because it knows its worth. People line up for the chance to experience it, and they appreciate every moment when they finally get inside. Now, think about this for a moment. Are you acting like that fine restaurant? Or are you treating yourself like a fast food joint, always open, always ready, and rarely respected? When you create boundaries, when you show that you're not always available, you allow them the space to realize how valuable your time is. This isn't about ignoring them or playing games. It's about showing that you respect your own time. It's about demonstrating that you have a life filled with other passions, interests, and responsibilities that don't revolve around them. This balance makes them see you as someone strong and centered, someone worth respecting and choosing. So next time you're tempted to drop everything to respond instantly, remember, you're not a background character in someone else's story. You're the main character in your own life. Start acting like it. Let them come to you. Let them wonder a little. Let them recognize that your time is a privilege, not a given. When you're selective with your availability, you're showing them that they need to rise to meet your standards, not the other way around. As Epictetus wisely put it, know first who you are and then adorn yourself accordingly. Recognize your worth. Understand that you're valuable. that your time is precious. By being a little harder to reach, you're adorning yourself with respect, dignity, and a sense of worth that they will have no choice but to notice and appreciate. Here's your affirmation: I am worth the wait. Write it down in the comments, say it out loud, and let it become your guiding principle. If you're ready to step into this power, don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more content on dark Stoic psychology, and join the journey of mastering your self-worth. Remember, when you're the hard-to-catch fish, you don't chase. You're the one being pursued. Number 3. Hold the line. Set high standards and stick to them. All right, here's the truth. Nobody likes to admit people treat you based on the standards you set for yourself. So if you're constantly bending, compromising, and lowering your expectations just to be accepted, what message are you sending? That you'll take whatever scraps of attention or respect they're willing to throw your way. But you're worth more than that. If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it, said Marcus Aurelius, reminding us that our standards define not only how we live, but also how others treat us. Imagine this. You walk into a high-end restaurant. You're expecting quality, something exceptional, an experience that stands out. But what if the restaurant starts serving subpar, mediocre food to save time or money? Suddenly, it's just another forgettable place, no longer worth your respect or your business. Now, think of yourself as that high-end restaurant. When you lower your standards just to please others, you become just another option in their eyes, easily replaceable and certainly not a priority. Setting high standards is about defining your value, and sticking to them is about respecting that value. Let's be clear here. Holding the line on your standards doesn't mean you're being difficult or demanding. It means you understand what you're worth and refuse to settle for less. People will test your boundaries, especially if they're used to you giving in. But when you stand firm, they'll see that you're not someone who can be easily manipulated or swayed. They'll know that if they want to be a part of your life, they'll need to rise to meet those standards. Think of it like building a fortress. The walls are your standards, strong, unwavering, protecting the core of who you are. If you allow someone to breach those walls, to climb over or dismantle them, what's left to protect? By sticking to your standards, you're saying, "This is who I am, and I won't compromise my integrity or self-respect just to keep someone around." It may sound harsh, but it's the only way to attract people who genuinely respect you. As Seneca once said, "He who is brave is free." And in this case, bravery is the strength to hold your standards, no matter who's trying to make you compromise. Now, let's address the fear. Yes, holding high standards can feel risky. You might worry that people will leave, that you'll be left standing alone. But here's the reality. The ones who fall away when you hold firm on your standards are not your people. They're the ones who wanted you to be easy, who wanted you to settle so they didn't have to step up. And once you clear out those people, you're left with something priceless. Space. Space for people who see your worth, who are ready to meet you at your level, who understand that a life with you isn't something to take lightly. Another example. Think of a rare, high-value collectible like a vintage watch or a priceless piece of art. These items don't lower their value to be more accessible. They are priced high because of their uniqueness, their worth, and the work it takes to acquire them. People who appreciate their value will put in the effort, will respect the price, and will take care of them. You are that rare, high-value collectible. When you know your worth and set standards that reflect that, You invite only those who genuinely appreciate you to come into your life. Holding your standards is about standing in your power. It's about respecting yourself enough to demand that same respect from others. You're telling the world that if they want to be with you, they need to be willing to invest, to rise to meet you. That's how you set yourself apart, how you make yourself a priority in their eyes, not by bending to fit into someone else's box, but by creating your own standards and expecting others to step up. So, if you're ready to draw the line and set the bar high, take a deep breath, stand tall, and affirm, "I am worth the best." Write that in the comments and own it. Let the universe know that from this moment on, you're not settling. You're here to build connections that value your worth, to attract people who respect what you bring to the table. If this resonates with you, show your commitment by liking this video and subscribing to the channel for more powerful insights on self-mastery and dark Stoic psychology. Remember, the right people will always meet you at your standards, not ask you to lower them. So hold the line, respect your worth, and watch the world respond. Number 4. March to your own beat. Prioritize your goals and passions. Imagine for a moment that you're a lighthouse standing tall on a rocky shore. While the storm rages and the waves crash against you, you remain steady, shining your light out into the dark sea. You're not swayed by the storm, nor do you rely on it to define your purpose. Your path is your own, your mission unwavering. That's the kind of self-driven focus we're talking about here, the kind that doesn't bend or sway to fit into someone else's plans. In relationships, this is exactly what makes you stand out. When you prioritize your goals and passions, you become the lighthouse, a powerful, magnetic presence that others can't help but notice and admire. Here's the truth. Nothing is more attractive than someone who is deeply committed to their own path. A person who has a life full of purpose, goals, and passions becomes irresistible because they aren't looking for someone else to complete them. It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it, wrote Seneca. Every moment you spend chasing someone else's approval is a moment lost from the life you could be building for yourself. When you march to the beat of your own drum, you show them that you're already whole, already on a journey that fulfills you. That kind of self-assurance is powerful and magnetic. It draws people in and shows them you're someone worth choosing. Let's think of it like this. Imagine you're in a bustling marketplace. In the midst of vendors shouting and people scrambling for attention, there's one stall that's calm, displaying items of rare and unique beauty without trying to lure customers in. People are naturally drawn to it, intrigued by the quiet confidence of the vendor who doesn't feel the need to compete for attention. That's you when you're focused on your own goals and passions, someone who doesn't need to shout to be noticed because your value speaks for itself. When others see that you're not desperate for validation, that you're fulfilled and engaged in your own life, they'll be drawn to you like those passers-by in the marketplace, captivated by your presence. Let not your mind run on what you lack as much as on what you have already, wrote Marcus Aurelius. This doesn't mean you're ignoring people or shutting them out. It means you're living a life where your goals and passions take center stage. You're not putting your journey on hold, waiting for someone to choose you. You're actively engaged in becoming the person you want to be, whether they're in your life or not. And that's what makes people want to be part of your story. They see that you're moving forward with or without them, and that momentum is inspiring. Prioritizing your goals and passions is about more than just becoming more attractive. It's about building a life that truly fulfills you. Imagine a river flowing with strength and purpose. If someone wants to join you on that journey, They're welcome to, but you're not going to stop flowing just because they don't keep up. You're not going to reduce your speed or change your direction to accommodate someone else's preferences. Instead, you invite them to flow with you, matching your energy and drive. When you focus on your goals, you're telling the world and them that your life has value and purpose beyond their approval. This creates a powerful shift in the dynamic. Instead of waiting to be chosen, you're showing them that if they want to keep up, they'll need to rise to your level. People are naturally drawn to those who are passionate about their lives and who don't rely on others to feel complete. This self-sufficiency signals that you're not here to be an accessory in someone else's life. You're here to create a story worth living, a journey worth joining. So, here's the takeaway. Stop dimming your light or adjusting your pace to fit into someone else's expectations. Focus on building a life that fulfills you. Go after your dreams, pursue your passions, and let the right people fall in step with you. The truth is, when you're on fire for your own life, others will be drawn to that energy. They'll see that you're not simply looking to be chosen, but are choosing yourself every day by investing in your own happiness and fulfillment. When you're deeply connected to your goals, you're no longer just a choice, you're the choice. If you're ready to embody this mindset, let's make it a commitment. Repeat after me. I march to my own beat. Say it with conviction, feel the power of those words, and drop this affirmation in the comments to declare your dedication to prioritizing yourself. Let the universe and everyone else know that you're not waiting around to be chosen because you've already chosen yourself. And if this resonated with you, hit the like button, subscribe for more content like this, and let's continue on this journey of self-mastery together. Because remember, you're not here to fit into someone else's plan. You're here to make your own. Number 5. Speak up or hold your peace. Communicate your needs clearly. Let's get real. If you're not clear about what you want, how can you expect anyone else to know? Think about it. You wouldn't sit at a restaurant and silently hope the waiter brings exactly what you're craving without saying a word, right? Yet, when it comes to relationships, so many of us assume others will just figure it out. Here's the truth. Clarity isn't just powerful, it's essential. In the world of dark Stoic psychology, communicating your needs openly isn't a weakness. It's a strength that sets you apart as someone who respects themselves enough to be heard. As Marcus Aurelius said, waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. The same goes for expressing your needs. Stop waiting for others to magically understand your desires, frustrations, or boundaries. If you want respect, start by respecting yourself enough to speak up. Silence may feel easier, but it breeds resentment, and resentment erodes attraction. Clarity, on the other hand, commands respect. Imagine two travelers hiking a mountain. One of them knows exactly where they want to go and carries a map, while the other keeps stumbling around, hoping to somehow reach the summit. The first traveler will reach their destination with purpose and confidence, while the other may get lost along the way. In relationships, if you don't communicate your needs, you're like that second traveler, unsure, lost, and hoping things will work out. But when you're clear about what you want, you're moving with purpose, and that kind of confidence draws others to you. Now, speaking up isn't about making demands or issuing ultimatums. True communication is balanced. It means you express what's important to you while also being open to listening and understanding the other person's needs. People are drawn to those who know their worth, but can also connect with empathy. Communicate with honesty, not with the intent to control or manipulate, but with the intent to foster a relationship built on mutual respect. As Epictetus wisely said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." Being clear and direct doesn't mean you have to be cold or harsh. It means showing that you value yourself enough to be truthful. And when you set the standard of open communication, you're inviting them to rise to that level too. This way, you're not just someone in the background. They'll see you as a person of strength and value, someone worth choosing and respecting. If you're ready to step into this level of authenticity, repeat after me. I am worth being heard. Write it down in the comments and let it be known. It's time to stop the silent guessing game. Show them who you are and what you stand for. This confidence will make you stand out like nothing else. Remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who needs to hear this truth. Start communicating with confidence and watch how respect and attraction naturally follow. Number 6. Walk the walk. Carry yourself with self-respect. Let's get real. How you carry yourself speaks volumes, often louder than any words you could say. Ever walked into a room and felt the energy shift around someone who exudes confidence and self-respect? That presence doesn't come from saying the right things or dressing a certain way. It comes from a deep, unshakable sense of inner worth. Marcus Aurelius, one of the great Stoics, put it simply, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." When you carry yourself with dignity, the way you think about yourself radiates outwards, coloring how others see you. If you respect yourself, others will sense that, and they'll respect you too. Imagine you're a rare, well-aged wine. This wine doesn't sit on the discount shelf or get poured out without consideration. It's treasured, enjoyed slowly, and appreciated for its depth and quality. When you carry yourself with self-respect, you're telling the world that you too are worth savoring. You're not just another bottle on the shelf, you're something valuable. And when people see that you treat yourself like a rare vintage, they can't help but pay attention. Self-respect isn't just about what you allow from others. It's about how you present yourself to the world every single day. If you accept disrespect, if you allow people to walk all over you, you're signaling to others that you don't see yourself as valuable. But when you hold your boundaries, prioritize your well-being, and refuse to accept less than what you deserve, people around you notice. You become someone worth choosing, not because you're asking for it, but because you naturally command it. Think of a majestic tree standing tall in the forest. It doesn't bend and sway to please others. It's rooted deeply, standing firm, enduring all kinds of weather. This tree is respected by everything around it because it stands strong and resilient, no matter the circumstances. Carrying yourself with self-respect is much like being that tree. You're grounded, you know your worth, and you don't bend or break just because someone else doesn't see it. Remember, self-respect isn't arrogance. It's the quiet confidence that you bring to each interaction, knowing that you are worthy, valuable, and whole on your own. People can sense when you don't need their approval, and they're drawn to that energy because it's rare. The more you respect yourself, the less you'll need to chase validation, and the more others will want to earn your attention. So, starting today, make a commitment to hold your head high, stay rooted in your values, and show the world the kind of person who deserves respect. No one else can give you this self-respect. It's something you cultivate within yourself. Every step you take with self-respect is a step toward becoming someone others want to be close to, not because you're begging for their attention, but because they see a powerful, grounded soul. Affirm it. I walk with self-respect. Write it down in the comments as a declaration that you'll carry yourself with the dignity you deserve. And if this resonated with you, hit the like button and subscribe for more content that helps you stand strong, command respect, and live by the powerful principles of Stoicism. Number 7. Keep the ball rolling. Show you're committed to growth. Imagine someone looking at you and seeing not just who you are, but who you're becoming. That's the power of growth. It's magnetic, it's captivating, and it's something that makes others want to be close to you. Think about this. Do you want to spend time with someone who remains stagnant, who never strives to be better, or someone who is constantly evolving, challenging themselves, and reaching new heights? People are drawn to growth because it reflects a depth, a potential that's endlessly intriguing. Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end, said Seneca, and in the journey of self-mastery, each step forward, you take signals a new chapter. When you're committed to personal growth, you show others that you're not content to stay in the same place forever. You're not a comfortable, predictable landscape, but a dynamic, ever-changing horizon. They'll see you as someone who's going places and who doesn't want to be alongside someone with that kind of energy. Imagine a tree that grows a little taller each year, roots going deeper into the ground, branches stretching higher toward the sky. A stagnant tree might survive, but it doesn't inspire. It's the growth, the resilience, the dedication to rise that makes a tree remarkable. In relationships, it's the same. When people see that you're committed to becoming a better version of yourself every day, they can't help but notice your potential. Growth signals that you're someone worth investing in because you're always becoming more of who you're meant to be. Committing to growth isn't about grand gestures. It's about consistent, small steps that build over time. Whether you're improving your physical health, expanding your mind, or building emotional resilience, every effort you make toward personal development adds to your value. It's not about being perfect, but about being someone who never stops trying to become their best self. When others see that you're invested in yourself, they'll want to be invested in you too. Growth also sets you apart from those who settle. Most people are comfortable staying where they are, but you're different. By showing your commitment to growth, you stand out as someone who refuses to be defined by past limitations. People are drawn to that courage, that dedication, and they'll start to recognize you as someone they'd be lucky to have in their lives. Remember, growth is the journey that never ends, and it's that endless potential that makes you unforgettable. So here's your challenge. Show up for yourself every day. Push your boundaries, challenge your comfort zones, and keep moving forward, step by step. You don't need to be a finished masterpiece, because true attractiveness lies in the journey, not the destination. As we wrap up, affirm to yourself and to the universe, I am committed to growth. Write it down in the comments and let this commitment become your guiding light. If this message resonated, remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and join us as we explore more ways to empower ourselves and become the best we can be. Number 8. Drop the desperation act. Let them chase you. Imagine a magnet. Its quiet strength draws objects toward it without ever making a sound or showing any need. That's the energy we're channeling here. Silent confidence, magnetic allure, and zero desperation. The harder you chase someone, the further they pull away, but the moment you stop running, you gain your power back. People are naturally attracted to those who don't need their constant approval or attention. Like Epictetus wisely said, "Seek not that the things which happen should happen as you wish, but wish the things which happen to be as they are, and you will have a tranquil flow of life. Let's be real. Desperation is not an attractive quality. It's like holding onto sand. The tighter you grasp, the faster it slips through your fingers. When you're always available, constantly texting or doing everything to make them notice you, you're signaling that you lack self-confidence and self-worth. No one is attracted to someone who's dependent on their attention to feel valued. Instead, people are drawn to those who exude a calm self-assurance, who show that they're perfectly content on their own. Here's a metaphor. Think of a rare, unmarked trail in a forest. It's not shouting or advertising itself, yet those who are curious and adventurous enough are drawn to explore it. It doesn't need to beg people to follow. It simply exists, inviting, mysterious, and whole. You must embody that same energy. Stop doing everything you can to be noticed and start becoming that intriguing person who draws others in by the simple fact of being whole, confident, and independent. The beauty of this approach is that you're no longer placing your value in someone else's hands. Instead, you're embracing the reality that you don't need anyone's attention to feel worthy. This self-reliance creates an aura of strength and mystery, which naturally makes others want to get closer. They'll start wondering why you're so content, why you're not chasing, and what it is about you that's so intriguing. When you stop acting out of desperation, you allow the space for genuine connection to flourish. You become someone worth choosing because your energy is solid, grounded, and magnetic. As you step back and let them come to you, they'll start realizing what they might lose if they don't rise to meet